Hey guys, listen, I decided I'd do my Brooklyn. She still has on her pajamas, but she got new little slippers. I bought these. I saw these. As soon as I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, these would be so cute on Brooklyn. Hold on. Hold on, let me show you guys. Okay. This girl. Look at these. Wait. See, I don't see my little ashy little legs here. Look at these little, aren't they so cute? I think they're llamas. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I could have got these in all colors. Hold on, let me show you guys. They look so cute on her foot. You have to see her in person. She is so big. You know what? She makes me want to pull out the other kit that I have. Oh, I was supposed to do that. I'll do that as a video too. I have a bunch of kits that I'm supposed to be like pulling out to get rid of. But you know what? I think I want to paint the other one like this one. I'm going to paint one kit, a practice kit first, vinyl, and then I'm going to paint my other kit like this. I want to make her a twin. And I think I'm going to make her a twin girl. I was going to do a twin, you know, a boy and a girl, but no. I'm going to have to go and find me some more fro hair. I need to reach out to my Rude. I haven't heard from her in a long time. Hopefully she's still around. And I'm gonna paint me a twin to Brooklyn. What we gonna name her twin? Miami? Wait a minute. Okay, Brooklyn. We already got? Do we got a Jersey? Brooklyn. We can name her Philly. Brooklyn and Philly. No, Brooklyn and I don't know, but. Oh my gosh, I love this baby. Let me tell y'all something. If somebody ever walk in and see me when I'm holding Brooklyn, they're gonna be like, yep, she gone. She crazy. Cause ain't no way. First of all, they gonna think that she real. Then when they realize it's a doll, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, yep, just let her stay there. Look, they'll probably be like, just let her stay there, just leave her there. Let her just keep rocking herself. Baby, listen, when I get old, and if I shall get to a point where I get dementia, which I'm, you know, praying to the Most High that I don't even get to that phase in life, that I just have all my faculties all the way to the very end. Anyway, y'all didn't ask for that, did y'all? Y'all didn't ask for that. Anyway, bring me a baby like this so I can just sit there and rock, and yeah, because she made my whole heart sing. This is the life right here. And if anybody know me and have followed me a while, y'all remember when the Joseph came out, and I told y'all this story over and over again. I could not stand that big fat overweight baby. Forgive me. Not the real baby, the doll. I could not. I was like, what is the hype about it? And then this baby, I was just like, I like the face. I like the, it was a prototype that they did of it. And it was actually in Caucasian. I was like, ooh, that look real. But my artist friend actually was like, you gotta paint that kit. You gotta paint that kit. I didn't get the kit to paint it. I got the kit to use the switch out the limbs to another baby, but they didn't work. So, and I fell in love with the face. I said, you know what, I'm painting the whole baby. And I ended up painting the whole baby. And my artist friend, she just kept me, are you done with it yet? And I showed it to her, you know, before she got here and stuff like that. And I've been in love ever since. And I promise you, she get changed like maybe twice a year. You know what? Oh my goodness. That was my opportunity right there to buy her some more PJs. When I buy her more PJs, I will change her more often. I really love her in like these type sets. And you know who have them all the time? Old Navy. I'm gonna go to Old Navy Pookie and go to their clearance rack. Because they be having Old Navy. Sometimes you go to the clearance rack, you can get these little outfits for like $2.97, $4.97, like that. You all go to the back of the store, and then yeah, And even like on a regular day, they're like under $10 or $10. So it don't make no sense why she don't have, like, she should have all different types of slippers, which I love seeing her actual feet. But she looks so cute with the slippers on. So I might actually put her out in the, actually, I might bring her in my bedroom. I might actually bring her in my bedroom. And once I make up my bed, let her lay across, you know, like lay her blanket out and lay her across the pillow. Because I'm telling you, this girl. But I like her in her little rocker too, so I don't know. But yeah, so Reborns, this year, I have Reborn artists that I would love to have their work in person. I do want another Jennifer Lincoln Fix baby. I love her work. I've loved her work for a very long time. I was on the edge because some of her pictures, I'm just like, the colors look so bright. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's like overkill for me. But it was just something about her work. Just was like, it's very artful. And I was like, something tells me that this baby looks better in person than on pictures. So I end up buying secondhand. Shout out to my friend that allowed me to buy 2 of her babies from her secondhand. And just like I thought. And they were really beautiful. She had 2 different styles of texture. And I like the more texture babies, of course. And so voila. And so when I got the chance to get the last baby that I got that one. As you guys know, I don't collect a whole lot of Caucasian babies, but I do collect Caucasian babies, Asian baby, any, you know, all of it for art. But Jennifer Linkovitz mostly paints AA babies. So she doesn't, African American babies, biracial babies. She don't paint a lot of Caucasian babies. She's been doing it a little bit more frequently, but this sculpt I felt like definitely worked well as Caucasian. So it worked out perfectly. And it's one of the most realistic reborns that I've seen in Caucasian. And then I have my Bridget. It looks just like my firstborn daughter. So anyway, I want another baby from her. I want a Veronica Lale baby. I want to see it in person. I think I'll be okay if I could just at least see one of her babies at a doll show or something. I would be okay. She doesn't paint AA or biracial, but her skin tones have a lot more color, so depending on how she hits the coloring, even though she's probably aiming more for the Caucasian skin tone, it will work for a black baby, because black babies, when they're born, they're very, very light. But we have pigment. We have color. So it's a certain look that she does that'll be perfectly fine. So there's her. There was this other artist that I liked, and now I can't remember her name because she pissed me off. She sent me I responded to her story. She said, "Guess who this is?" And I said, I'm not sure, but a beautiful baby. So I was responding to the question, and she goes, "Speak first," or something like that. And I'm like, girl, what? So ever since then, I kind of like, it just kind of left a nasty taste in my mouth. And so I just kind of stopped looking at her work. So now her stuff don't pop up in my feed, and I can't think. Oh, I know what it is. It's something, I think, with a D. Dahlia. Something Dahlia. She does, her work look like it's really pretty in person. But I don't know. I haven't seen it in person. I'm not craving one of her babies though. Craving might sound weird. That's wild. I shouldn't say craving. It's not on my radar, but I would love to see one of her babies in person. Veronica Lale, I wouldn't mind owning one of her babies. Who else? As far as reborn artists, I want to try Precious. Is it Precious something? I might want to try one of her babies one day. I think she's in the UK and she paints really rich melanated skin tones. So, gosh, I can't think of her name. Her nursery name is Precious something. But yeah, since I don't have the time to paint Reborns for myself, I'm really been looking at a lot of the Reborns, but they are expensive now, and so they are like neck and neck with the cost of what I would pay for a full body silicone kit. So a lot of times I'm like, I might as well just go ahead and get a kit, silicone kit instead. Or, you know, or if it's really a whole lot and I'm not sure, I've never seen an artist work in person, I have a hard time like investing like a lot of money in somebody's artwork that I've never seen before in person, or I just don't like feel really 1000% on it yet. Because I know for a fact that Reborns do not resell good. So I need it. Either it's going to be a keeper for sure and I don't care, then I can spend whatever money I want to spend. Or if I don't like it, I'll be able to get most of my money back. I don't want to get something I'm going to instantly lose like over $1,000 for it. That's crazy. I'm not doing that to myself. Not in these days, in this time. Silicone, you know, sometimes it might take a little longer because it's so many people painting silicone nowadays. And some people are actually selling at, you know, much lesser cost, you know, especially like the newer ones that's just coming out, starting to paint. They'll sell their babies at a really, you know, low price. And so it makes it a little bit longer for you might sell, but eventually you can get your silicone money. Vinyls is never been that way. Every now and then you might get lucky and not lose money. I will say this though, the biracial and African American babies or inspired babies do hold more value than the Caucasian babies typically, unless it's some big name artist and it's a sculpt that somebody can't hardly get. And that is because, one, it's harder for people to do a realistic melanated baby. Two, there's 1,000,001 fantastic Caucasian artists out here. So it's like a flood. So it's like, I don't have to pay $4,000 for a Caucasian baby. I can get a beautiful Caucasian baby for $1,000 easy. Beautifully rooted hair, beautifully painted, highly detailed, easy, because it's like a dime a dozen. I mean, like, no, it's not. That's not a dime a dozen. It's like a dozen a dime. Okay, that was stupid. It's like, yeah, it's 1,000,000 of them out there. But yeah. Okay, let me go. I'm making this video a little too long, but see, this is when I talk long. When I get a baby that I enjoy holding, I can sit here and talk to y'all all day. We could talk about this stuff all day. I was about to go into what silicone sculptors I am, you know, after this, you know, for 2025 and all that and stuff, but you know, sorry. That's another thing. I get very relaxed. I love this baby. And just to think, she's supposed to be a boo-boo baby. You know, I'm so hard on myself. Every little thing is like, I told y'all, she got a lot of modeling. And I was like, is this too much modeling for a baby her age? But not really, but I was like, yeah, she's my favorite baby. Like, I feel like I would sell Taraji before I sold this baby. That's how deep it is. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I would sell Taraji before I sell this baby. You guys know I don't plan on selling Taraji, but yeah, Taraji would have to go before this baby. And I don't plan on letting neither one of them go. So that's crazy. But yeah, she is. It would have to be something so serious, and I would have to not have nothing, no other way out, that I would let go of certain one of my dolls. Because I think for me, collecting it's more than just, I've always been passionate about doll collecting. I've loved dolls all my life. We know that. But I think that for me, when I came into this hobby, it was a celebration of, you know, finally getting back on my feet. I had been through a very rough time in my life. You know, I had became a single mother. So it was during, you know, after my divorce. And I got into a place where I was comfortably doing okay financially and stuff like that. I mean, I wasn't like balling out of control, which is why the first baby I ever got was like a $50 doll, and then the next one was like only like $100 and something. And it took me a long time before I start, you know, really, well, not that long. Like most people would just take off like wildfire. Is that what it is? Whatever. Y'all know I don't know my words. But each baby, like certain babies, like remind me of a time frame or a time period in my life, or they have a story. If my babies don't have a story, I don't know. Like, I feel like every baby has to have a story in here or something. I don't know. It's not on purpose, but I feel like those are the babies that stick around the longest. But I feel like each one of them represent a time frame, or, you know, like I might have, oh, I remember this time, this was when I just had got this promotion and I said I was going to buy this doll, or I remember this time I had just bought my house, or this time when I just did this, or I just did that, or this happened, or this happened, or I was, you know, I was having a hard time and I needed something to cheer me up, or you know, so-and-so gave me so much money towards a doll, or this sculpt reminds me of this person, or this sculpt reminds me of that person, or every time I look at this baby, it reminds me of this or that. It's like, you know, that type thing. So I think for me, those are the babies that I tend to want to hold on the longest. And I feel like, you know, now, I'm not collecting above my means. When I was collecting my Claire Taylor dolls and stuff, I love them. I really did. I think they're worth every penny. So this is not to, you know, take away from those that collect higher end babies and stuff like that, because let me tell you, I had no regrets on collecting the way I did when I did, because that's where I needed to be. And maybe if I hadn't saw such high level quality work and sculpting and stuff, maybe I would not been as successful with painting as I have been. I think a lot of the talented artists paved the way for other artists to come up and stuff, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But what I do know is that when I started to collect more so within my budget, I feel like I'm able to hold on to a little bit more of my babies. I couldn't even collect Reborns back then because I couldn't afford it. It was one or the other. I couldn't shop or do anything. I wasn't going to get my hair done, my nails done. I wasn't eating out. I wasn't doing anything in my home. Let me tell you something, guys. My first love is poetry, writing, short stories, reading, decorating my home. These were my two top things, and before I found Reborns and silicone babies. And then I got into the Reborns and the silicone babies, and I shut down everything. I've never been one of those prissy girls that need their hair, their nails done, da da da. Now don't get me wrong, back in my time when I was in the corporate world, Hair was always on point, okay? I always loved exotic hairstyles, but I've never been a like fashionista where I gotta have a, you know, $5,000 designer bag on my, you know, arms, or, you know, $20,000 outfit, you know what I mean? So that was no problem. You know, nails and all that stuff, I've never been into that stuff anyway, or shopping all the time. So, but I really cut out all of that stuff. And then I got away from wanting to do things in my home because all my money was just going to dolls. And it can be a real addiction, and that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day as well. We'll stick a pin in that. You know, there's videos back where I talk about when I had to actually tally up how much I've spent with dolls, and I almost passed out. It really halted me for just a minute, but then I got right back on the train. I don't think there's no price on my happiness. And you know, the moment I went to a doctor for stress, and my doctor said, "Do you have a hobby?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Spend more time with your hobby." And the way that my hobby has helped me, I'm not really tripping on that. However, I do it in a way that it works for me. Now you see me, well, you're like, probably like, well, you still sell a lot of your babies. Well, also this is my income. And also I am like running through babies all the time. There's no way I could, if I kept every single kit that I bought, I might as well go ahead and go back to buying, you know, the higher end, you know, already made babies, because, you know, 10 kits is $10 to $20,000. 10 kit can be, depending on the price range. If they're $2,000 kits, that's $20,000 right there. 10, even if they were $1,000 a pop, which all of them after taxes, shipping and all that is usually over that, you're still looking at over $10,000 just sitting. So, you know, and so really this hobby is not cheap, no matter which way you look at it. And there's no way that I could keep every single baby. So when people judge me like, oh yeah, she said she loved this baby so much, but then boom, yeah, I gotta kind of like, okay, I like this scope a little bit more, this one's more fit. But at some point, one baby fits in the puzzle and it just sticks. And it just makes sense for me. Like Nori, Phoebe, this baby, Vegas, Peanut, which is my Joy. But Joy hasn't been here a long time, so I'm trying not to use that one as a long thing. Nina, been here for a little while now. I'm trying to think. My Reborns, Joey was as expensive as a silicone, but he isn't. You never hear me talking about putting Joey up. But yeah, so you get what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm able to hold on to more babies because I'm buying within my budget, or I'm spacing it out. Like some babies I have to miss out on. And then, sorry, this KY on his mouth from when I put that pacifier in. Yeah, some babies I have to miss out on, but there are some babies that I get and I'm just like, I just know that that's the one. Like, or I paint. And it's the same with painting, and it's so weird to explain. And I don't like to say it much because I think my customers think if I'm selling a baby, it's not one of my favorites. And that's not the case. Sometimes it's just not in my budget to be able to keep that baby. But there are babies that does something. I don't know how to explain it, but it just pulls at my heartstring. It reminds me of somebody or something, or it just gives me that motherly instinct. When I pick the baby up, I just feel it, and I don't want to let that baby go. And those are the babies that get stuck here. Some of them are not perfect. Some of them are my boo-boo babies, and I'm just like, I can't put this out there in the market. And then, but it's a favorite to me because it could be the smallest little thing, and I'm just like, okay, this is too much. I don't want to put this out there. But you guys know I discount for everything. The skin tone is not the color that I was trying to reach, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna take $600 off. I'm gonna take $1,000 off. You know, that's just me. That's the collector in me. I just feel like I want to put out what I want to put out, and I want to price it accordingly. Not just because I'm not just gonna say, okay, all my babies are gonna be, you know, $6,000. Every dollar I paint is not worth $6,000, in my opinion. Every dollar that I paint is not worth $4,000. Every baby that I paint is not worth $5,000. Every baby that I paint is not worth $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you gotta, well, I'm honest with myself, and that's based off of my opinion only, but I know when my baby's worth what they're worth. And I'm like, no, this baby will sit up in here until the end of time before I give away my work, on period. I don't care, because I know what I see. Like, it's different. Video, camera, I know what I see. And I have sold babies for less than what they're worth. But that's okay, because I love my customers. And I love, you know, people being happy. And I love when I can't afford to do that and someone else get a break on price. I love that. And I love it. I especially love it when it's a repeat customer. I'm smiling all the way to the bank when I realize one of the babies, I'm not going to say which one, one of the babies I marked down, and towards the end, or later down the road, I was like, oh my gosh, this baby is actually really nice. Like, I could have got full price for this baby. But the person that ended up getting it, I was so happy that it was that person. It felt good. So the universe, it works. You know what I mean? This has been a long video. I hope you guys had a great chat. We'll talk later. This is what Brooklyn does to me. So anytime you see Brooklyn, just know we finna talk forever, because girl, what? This is supposed to be like I'm trying to take these videos like 10 minutes. Bye. We'll talk later. This girl is sick of me.